Coming up on Epic Friday Battles.
So for our first opponent, we have Pteracuda. The Pteracuda can reach speeds up to 200 miles per hour or approximately 322 kilometers per hour when flying fast, and it's capable of roaring, growling, and making monstrous vocalizations, while it is not a fast runner even on land. So for our second opponent, we have Whalewolf. Whalewolf is highly powerful, and it has enough strength to toss vehicles with ease and overpower other super monsters. While it also has human-level intelligence, since it was a human being, making it a bit more smarter than normal hybrid creatures. Who will be the winner of today's episode, Pteracuda or Whalewolf? Based on the information that we've received about Pteracuda and Whalewolf, the true winner of today's episode is...
Warning. These episodes contain spoilers, and some of them may not be suitable for young audiences, especially children, so I would suggest you click off these videos if you don't want to get spoiled, or hear the foul language in these episodes. Also, some of it may be gruesome, and a little too much for some people. So once again, please, click off these videos if you don't want to get traumatized or anything like that. I'm warning you, people. But anyways, enjoy the episode and have fun with the series.
Hello, sexy people of the internet, and welcome to the third episode of Epic Friday Battles, where in this series we explain who the opponents are and what the battle is between them for each episode. We also take requests, and if you have a fight in mind that you want us to discuss about, then feel free to comment down below, and we will put them in each episode. I promise you all, and if any of you have questions about anything, then go ahead and ask, and we'll answer them for y'all. But anyways, in case if you missed it from episode 2, last Friday we had a fight between Jeff Fillmore and Kitty Cat, and Jet Fillmore ended up being the winner, while Kitty Cat ended up being the loser, unfortunately. But oh well. Better luck next time, Kitty Cat. So for today's episode, we had a request from someone who wanted us to discuss a fight between Pteracuda and Whalewolf. I honestly never thought that I'd see a fight between these two. But this episode is definitely going to be interesting, that's for sure. And it begs the question, who will be the winner of today's video and why? Let's find out after we explain everything with our first opponent, which is Pteracuda, and then we'll explain everything with our second opponent, which is Whalewolf. This is going to be an exciting episode, so sit back and relax and enjoy the episode as we will find out who the true winner is right here, right now. So let's go. So for our first opponent, we have Pteracuda. Pteracuda is a hybrid creature that's half barracuda and half pterodactyl, and its first appearance was from a film called Sharktopus vs. Pteracuda. For those who don't know, Sharktopus is a film series created by Roger Corman. And as you've probably guessed it, it's literally about a hybrid creature that's half shark and half octopus that was developed by the military to hunt terrorists, and the Sharktopus itself is a biological superweapon code named S-11. Sounds ridiculous, but it's real. There's the total of 4 Sharktopus movies, and based on the reviews of these movies, they're so bad they're good, which that says a lot, and we can all agree with that. But anyways, Pteracuda makes only one appearance in the Sharktopus franchise and gets blasted by a remote-controlled explosive harpoon while fighting against the Sharktopus for the third and final time. So basically, Sharktopus wins the fight in its second film and eventually goes 1v1 with the Whalewolf after the events of the second film. But unfortunately loses after the Whalewolf throws the Sharktopus at the baseball billboard and it electrocutes the whole damn thing to death. And, Whalewolf wins the fight in the third Sharktopus film, but is shortly killed by the military jets, and after that, a new Sharktopus comes to life from a ritual and it continues its legacy. And as for the fourth Sharktopus film, well, it's not a continuation of Sharktopus, but rather a Chinese remake instead, and oh boy is this thing freakishly ginormous. I mean, just look at the size of this bastard compared to this cruise ship. This Sharktopus is so large that it's capable of capsizing the whole damn ship, and it's truly a lot bigger than the real Sharktopus, but the only problem is that its actual size is not specified, unfortunately. So it's unknown as to how big this version of Sharktopus really is, but what we do know is that this Sharktopus can destroy bigger ships and is more powerful than the real Sharktopus even from size comparison as well. Anyways, enough about Sharktopus and moving on with Pteracuda. Pteracuda is a genetically engineered bioweapon created by Dr. Rico Symes from the CEO of the Simodine Corporation, and it has the DNAs of a pterodactyl and a barracuda that can terrorize people on both sea and air. It was a new organic military weapon after the incident with Sharktopus, and it's also the main antagonist of Sharktopus versus Pteracuda, as some of you probably have guessed already, so yeah. The movie itself was released in August 2nd, 2014, and was directed by Kevin O'Neill. The plot for the movie, as you guys probably already know, is that a scientist creates the Pteracuda that swims and flies, and it escapes as it goes on a rampage, leading to the release of Sharktopus to combat it, and they go one-on-one with each other 3 different times. The Pteracuda itself typically measures between 20 to 25 feet in length and does not have an official weight listed in the movie. This hybrid creature is genderless and has primarily yellow and blue on its back with a white underbelly as it can fly really high up to 10,000 feet. The Pteracuda can reach speeds up to 200 miles per hour or approximately 322 kilometers per hour when flying fast, and it's capable of roaring, growling, and making monstrous vocalizations. While it is not a fast runner even on land, it also has sharp teeth and claws that it uses to hunt prey across sea and air. The abilities of this hybrid creature are dual environment mastery, jet-like speed, powerful jaws and teeth, aquatic prowess, physical resilience, and steering and control, while it's capable of flight and aquatic prowess, combat and destruction, physical attacks, insatiable appetite, and durability, as it can also fight and act on its own. This thing is strong enough to destroy helicopters and planes and go toe-to-toe with the Sharktopus, as it's also highly powerful and is a smart predator too. It also has animalistic intelligence and does not have a biological age, since it's literally a hybrid creature. And I don't think it would even matter if they're ageless or not, honestly. But anyways, the Pteracuda's strengths are dual: environment combat, high-speed flight and agility, powerful aquatic mobility, devastating bite and durability, and precision attack pattern, while its weaknesses are neutral control chip, fragile wings, limited tactical intelligence, and hybrid physicality. It's also capable of combat and movement, hybrid physiology, destructive behavior, and app-powered control. While it does not have a high IQ, but it is terrifyingly unstoppable and is far from being invincible. It's also not undefeatable and unbreakable, but it is bulletproof just like all hybrid creatures for whatever reason. So based on all of this, it's not technically immortal, nor is it a god, of course, and it's not physical weak from all of the only information that we have about Pteracuda. But let's see what our second opponent has in store for us, and then we will discuss who the winner is in today's video. So let's get it on. So for our second opponent, we have Whalewolf. Whalewolf is a hybrid creature that's half killer whale and half wolf, and is the main antagonist of the third Sharktopus film called Sharktopus vs. Whalewolf, released in July 19, 2015, and was directed by Kevin O'Neill. The plot for the movie itself is that a scientist creates the Whalewolf, and it goes on a rampage, forcing the Sharktopus from the last film to fight it, as they go 1v1 with each other 3 different times. But Sharktopus loses, unfortunately, and the Whalewolf wins instead. The mad scientist who was responsible for making this abomination is Dr. Elsa Reinhardt, and the Whalewolf itself was actually a weird human being named Felix Rosa, who was a human subject of hers and becomes a murderous monster with no self-control. Its gender is obviously a male since it was a human being to start with, and has primarily black with patches of white, often featuring a white belly and white markings around its face and body, while it has the DNAs of a killer whale and a gray wolf. This hybrid creature is around 20 to 25 feet long, making it the exact same size as the Pteracuda, surprisingly, and it does not have a confirmed weight either. But some fan communities suggest that it has the weight of roughly 2,000 IBs, or about 1 ton, so it's just mainly unknown as to how much both the Pteracuda and the Whalewolf weigh, though, but that's all right. Anyways, Whalewolf is highly powerful, and it has enough strength to toss vehicles with ease and overpower other super monsters. While it also has human-level intelligence, since it was a human being making it a bit more smarter than normal hybrid creatures, this thing can run up to 30 miles per hour on land, and can reach speeds up to 40 miles per hour in the water since it's part killer whale and part wolf, and also the fact that killer whales and wolves in reality can reach speeds of approximately 35 miles per hour or 56 kilometers per hour, making the Whalewolf a fast hybrid creature because of this. It's capable of fighting and surviving on its own, and it's shown throughout the film primarily using roars and growls rather than traditional wolf-like howls, but it can technically howl though. Its abilities are amphibious adaptation, enhanced strength and durability, high-speed movement, and superior agility. While its offensive combat traits are natural weaponry, tail strike, and human intelligence, as it also has sharp teeth and claws that it can use to attack other opponents and hunt prey with. It's also capable of devastating bite, high-speed swimming, physical destruction, cognitive abilities, linguistic understanding, and memory. While it can jump extremely high on both land and water, the strengths of Whalewolf are tremendous physical power, amphibious agility, high durability, intelligence and instinct, devastating bite force and speed, while its weaknesses are residual memories, easily distracted, athletic instincts, conventional weaponry, and voodoo magic. It has a high IQ, and it's not unstoppable, nor is it unbreakable or invincible either. So based on all of this, the Whalewolf is not immortal, nor is it a god as well, and it's not fully bulletproof. But it can fight against bigger and smaller hybrids, and can hold its ground. Also, believe it or not, the Whalewolf is actually based on a creature called the Aklut, which is a creature from Inuit mythology that takes the form of a wolf on land and an orca in the sea. Now that's pretty interesting. I mean, you can literally see the similarities between these two, right? There's all sorts of differences between the Aklut and the Whalewolf, but I'm not going to go full detail on that right now. But I will tell you is that it's now time to discuss who the winner is and why only one opponent stands out. So, will one of these hybrid creatures win the battle? Or will it end up being a draw? Let's find out and see who the true winner is in today's video, right about now. So here we go. So, who will be the winner of today's episode, Pteracuda or Whalewolf? Here's what we know about both Pteracuda and Whalewolf. While we also have some more information about them, they're both hybrid creatures, and they live in the same universe together. Since they're also from the same franchise, they're both canon, and they're based on real animals. Well, not like actual hybrid animals, of course, but like, for example, the Pteracuda is half barracuda and half pterodactyl, while the Whalewolf is half killer. Whale and half gray wolf is what I mean. They both come from low-budget movies, since the Sharktopus films are considered to be low-budget B movies. And if you're wondering how much money all 4 of the Sharktopus movies made, here's the answers. The first Sharktopus movie did not have a traditional theatrical box office release or reported box office gross. The second Sharktopus movie did not have a traditional theatrical box office release, and consequently public data on its specific revenue or earnings is not available. The third Sharktopus movie's specific box office or revenue figures are not publicly available, and the fourth Sharktopus movie has no public data-specific monetary earnings and has no available box office data. So I think we all know why that's the case based on all of this, honestly. Anyways, both of these abominations were created by mad scientists in the Sharktopus franchise, since Pteracuda was created by Dr. Rico Sykes, and Whalewolf was created by Dr. Elsa Reinhardt. Also, those two scientists actually know each other through their shared work in the field of dangerous animal hybridization, and they even know about Dr. Nathan Sands, who's responsible for creating the Sharktopus in the actual lore and plot of the entire franchise. Both of these hybrids are the exact same size compared to each other, but they're not bigger, or the same size as Sharktopus is, since the Sharktopus itself is about 25 to 40 feet long and weighs 4 to 5 tons. While Pteracuda and Whalewolf do not have confirmed weights, they've never actually fought or met each other face-to-face in the actual lore, though. But what would happen if they actually did? Well, here's what we know about these two hybrids. Whalewolf is generally considered to be more stronger and more capable than Pteracuda, while Pteracuda is more faster than Whalewolf. But Whalewolf is more intelligent and powerful than Pteracuda, while also being more skilled than Pteracuda. Whalewolf also has more skills and tricks compared to Pteracuda. While having a higher IQ than Pteracuda itself, Whalewolf is generally considered to be more dangerous and more threatening than Pteracuda, as Whalewolf is also more menacing and has sharper claws, while Pteracuda has sharper teeth. The other differences between them is that Pteracuda is genderless, while Whalewolf has a gender, and Pteracuda can fly high in the sky and jumps higher, while Whalewolf cannot fly or jump as high as Pteracuda. Both of these hybrid creatures are not immortals, nor are they gods, since they're just hybrid beings. And another thing they have in common is that they both come from so bad. It's good movies, so there's no explanation for why Whalewolf has a stronger bite force compared to Pteracuda, and it's more evil than Pteracuda is. While Whalewolf is also a faster runner than Pteracuda, both of them are capable of defeating Sharktopus. But Whalewolf is the only one that actually managed to kill it, though. And Pteracuda did not. Whalewolf is generally considered to be more unstoppable and unbreakable than Pteracuda, as it's also more undefeatable and invincible than Pteracuda is. Whalewolf is also more durable and taller than Pteracuda, while it's considered to be weaker than Whalewolf is. Whalewolf produces a louder, more thunderous roar and traditional growls, as it has the louder vocalizations compared to Pteracuda. Both of these hybrids are only seen once, and they're never seen or heard from again. Even after the events of their separated movies from the Sharktopus franchise, since they stopped making Sharktopus movies, unfortunately likely due to the natural end of the so bad it's good creature feature trend, low budgets, and declining novelty, that's quite a bummer, am I right? But anyways, both of these hybrids appear literally only once in the Sharktopus franchise itself. And that's it. No sequels or prequels or continuations or even their own movies at all either. But luckily, we know one thing about these two, and that is the fight between both Pteracuda and Whalewolf is highly debatable and treated as fun lowbrow. What if scenarios, despite both of these hybrid creatures have never actually fought or met each other in the Sharktopus franchise, nor have they gotten a crossover fight movie with each other, since there is no massive real-world controversy about the mashup battle between these two, though. So it's not technically debated because of this. But we do have the real answer to who the actual winner is in today's episode and why the other opponent loses as well, so let's see who the real winner is and why only one of them comes up in first place. Here we go. Based on the information that we received about Pteracuda and Whalewolf, the true winner of today's episode is... Drum roll, please. Whalewolf. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Whalewolf is the true winner of today's episode, and Pteracuda is unfortunately the loser of today's video. So now we will explain why Whalewolf wins in this battle and why Pteracuda loses in this battle as well. Whalewolf wins against Pteracuda due to its unmatched amphibious mobility, superior natural strength, and relentless savage fighting style. The Pteracuda relies heavily on airborne attacks, but the Whalewolf neutralizes this advantage by using its size to easily drag it into ground-level combat. And another reason for this is also because Whalewolf scales significantly higher in raw strength, durability, and tactical adaptability. Also, there's one thing that I forgot to mention about Pteracuda. The Pteracuda sometimes goes by P-3 from the military designation, because it is the third bioweapon project developed by the fictional military tech corporation called Cymodyne. And that's why it got that other name. So, yeah, and one more thing. The Sharktopus movies themselves were produced by legendary B-movie producer Roger Corman's independent production company called New Horizons Pictures, and the franchise itself was commissioned and aired by the Sci-Fi Network. Didn't know that? Well, now you know. But anyways, now some of you are probably wondering, what if Pteracuda won against Whalewolf instead, you may ask? Well, if that actually happened for any reason at all, it would represent a massive upset for aerial agility over brute mammalian force in the Roger Corman Sharktopus cinematic universe, and a victory for Pteracuda would mean that the pterosaur-barracuda hybrid would establish itself as the apex genetic weapon. While Whalewolf's defeat would lead to wildly different chaos depending on how Pteracuda's creator intervened, and also the sci-fi universe would possibly face a far more chaotic threat than it did with Whalewolf, as the Sharktopus would probably be the only one that could stop the Pteracuda if this were to happen. But overall, the real victory goes to Whalewolf, and that's it. Period. End of story. But anywho, do you agree or disagree with the winner? Why or why not? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you or anyone else has any battle requests that y'all want us to discuss about and add into our series, then throw them down in the comments, and feel free to ask questions as well, but only if you want to, and we'll answer them all for you, I promise. Despite there might be some rearrangements for some of the episodes, and it may or may not take a while for y'all's requests to actually get added into the series itself. So you will have to be patient about it and wait until then. So yeah, please do the right thing and don't do the opposite of what I just said. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we can't wait to see you all again next Friday for episode 4 of Epic Friday Battles. Once again, feel free to put your request in the comments down below and ask us any questions if you want to. So see you guys next Friday, and have yourself a great weekend, everybody. Peace out, and I love y'all so much.